welcome to the Sportsman Show. I am Joe Musel, your host. You know me. It's episode 46 of season 2, and if you don't know me by now, you should. And you know my co-host. He's always there, Coachy.
Hi. I guess I was in the newspapers this past week.
He was in the newspaper, Hartford Courant, at a pretty great shot that the Hartford Courant photographer took. I mean, just wonderful.
It was a long jumper.
Yep, long jumper. It was clear over Coachy's head, who was holding up a rake. You know, he had to hold up the rake. You know, the rake was going to fall if he wasn't there. Or he was going to fall because of the rake. We were
waiting for the guy to land in the pit before I can go and start raking the pit.
Yeah, so
actually, I think he jumped like a 19. I think he had like a 19.
They said 20 and a half inches or something like that in the paper, something like that.
The winner I know from triple jump from the other night was a kid from Waterford. He jumped at 44 flat. So
whoa,
it wasn't the record, but it wasn't a record. The record I think is like 48 by somebody back in 1980 something.
That's pretty far for a long jump.
Well, triple jump, remember, it's 3 phases. It's different.
Yeah.
Long jump, I think the record was like 24, 25 something.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. I mean, we had one event yesterday from St. Joseph's High School. They pulled the steel tape out twice, but she missed the first one by about 1.5 inches on the record, and the second one was by 3/4 of an inch. And then if she didn't foul, she would have actually broken the record.
Wow. Okay.
But she had a foul. I actually saw she was over the line. So it was about a toe, about by a toe. She fouled.
Okay.
So, but that's the whole purpose of being at track and field. I mean, remember, there's other things to do besides long and triple, but long and triple jump's my forte. So, but you never know all the running events and seeing all the other
looked like a pretty big event. That was the first big event actually held for high school in Connecticut since COVID, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for track, yes.
For track.
I mean, everybody else in high school is now into the quarterfinals of their state tournament, and lacrosse is in their first or second round state tournament. I think the second round started today for everybody in lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
But high school sports are going to continue, I think, for another week and a half. Softball, I know, is in the quarterfinals. Baseball, I think, was in the quarterfinals also. So by next week,
we should have some state champions.
The state championships are about ready to go next weekend.
Okay.
So, but that's the good part about high school. At least we were all happy that they got to compete in everything. I mean, unfortunately, they're going to have their graduation with COVID rules, which I can't go to, but I respect it. With the way
unfortunately,
four family members get to go, which is fine. But there were some people I saw in Bristol Talks were begging to go as extra tickets. I'm like, yeah, nice try. I've tried that already. Didn't work.
Yeah, you can pose as Uncle Coachy. Here's Uncle Coachy.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna hopefully be back there next year for 2022. So.
Yep. Yeah, as things continue on its way, we should be back at the normal.
Yeah, especially no deaths yesterday. So
yeah,
nicely done, and we're still under 1%.
Yep. Good job.
We're doing better than where we were last year by far.
Well, we're doing better than the LA Lakers in basketball that got tossed. Boston Celtics or the New York Knicks.
But that's not the big problem we have.
No, what's the big problem?
Our big problem is our NBA fans who don't know when to stop.
Yeah, this throwing stuff at players and going too far. I've interacted with professional athletes. I've never thrown anything at professional athletes or anything. I've called them silly names or something like that. They actually do shrug that off and make that comical and stuff like that. If you comment on their lifestyle or something like that, say, hey, you got a girlfriend, you got a hot girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah, you got a hot date.
Yeah, you got a hot date or something like that. Or, hey, buddy, your shoe's untied or something like that.
Yep.
You can heckle a player on an opposing team without insulting them. You
Yeah,
know,
without
without
throwing a water bottle, without spitting, without coming onto the court diving head first.
yep,
Actually, that's happened twice.
yep,
And well, let's see, we had the water bottle incident, we had the spitting incident, we've had popcorn. Someone threw
popcorn.
popcorn.
Yep, that was on Westbrook. Westbrook
Mm-hmm.
got dumped
But
on for
see, here's the
popcorn.
thing.
Yep,
Apparently in Boston, they got it right after the guy was arrested because already some of these fans have been banned indefinitely for season tickets.
yeah,
The last person did get arrested. Kyrie, everybody doesn't like him.
yeah. In Boston, there is a
Yup, but you don't
love-hate
take your frustrations
relationship.
out on him and hope you can throw a deck of water bottle at him and see how well that's going to go.
Well, Westbrook actually, thank God there's security there to hold Westbrook back. It took 4 guys to hold Westbrook back, and the guy who threw the popcorn at him, if Westbrook gets free, that guy's pummeled to the ground.
Oh, we're thinking body tackle.
I mean, that guy wouldn't do the same thing in the street if Westbrook was walking down the street to the guy, because he would know he would get pummeled by doing that, But you can always identify that fan in the crowd that will do that. If you're in an arena, you can always identify the loudest guy in the room is usually the butthead, putting it nicely termed. And he is a big butthead. They've been buttheads.
Yeah, but the one now I want to talk about is the one who got arrested. All these people only got ejected from the arena. This one got ejected with
And
throwing
arrested.
the water bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, in Boston.
Yep.
I mean, I was thinking if another incident happened like this again, I think the commissioner would have had an emergency meeting and they would have said, look, you arrest these people on the spot if you try to get on the court or if you try and throw it an illegal object, which you're not supposed to be doing that anyway.
No, you're not supposed to do that. And basketball is a very free and open territory for fans. There's not much barriers holding anybody back to head onto the court. Because if you sit courtside, there's nothing between you and that player. There's not even security.
And the thing is, remember, Joe, they didn't pull out all the bleachers anyway because not everybody's free from COVID yet. So
yeah,
they're keeping them socially distanced, and yet this person still came running down onto the floor.
Yeah, still. So it's good that these fans get banned and tackled to the ground and dragged away. And, because the only thing they do is making the butthead of themselves.
And you're looking like a fool, and then you're going to be like, oh, hi, Mom, how are you? Oh, sorry, I spent the night in the slammer.
I spent the night in jail. I have a criminal record now.
Service.
Yeah, I don't have any season tickets anymore.
Yeah, sorry, I have to watch all the games on TV if you don't get blacked out intentionally.
I'm going to throw water bottles at the TV instead of the players.
Well, that's one thing. That's different. As long as it's not glass bottles, you're good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But, fans can get out of control. I mean, football, there's been snowball throwing in Gillette Stadium a few times with snowballs and stuff like that.
Giant stadiums had their share with that, though. I've seen it. I remember that Saturday game against the Chargers. They had nothing to play for, and they were so not happy that they were throwing snowballs at the San Diego Chargers, which, of course, about maybe, 50 to 100 fans said goodbye on your season tickets?
Yep. Yeah. Remember, fans, the game is being recorded. So you will get caught on camera, and they will match your face to your season ticket holder face and get you. It's not like you're going to get away. Back in the day when the video cameras were weak, yeah, you got away with it because they couldn't find you. But nowadays, you're being videotaped automatically.
Absolutely. But still, though, the matter of the thing is, I mean, I'm glad I haven't heard another incident since the 5th one, but still, I'm still listening and finding out how it's going to, affect everything, because we're almost at the end of the first round of the
Yep, we got 2 more games. We got the Mavs and Clippers going at it. Mavs are up. And what else we have?
wait, I can check.
I
I
think
that might
that's
be
the only game.
one.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the only
looking
game
now.
because Denver and Portland finished up.
Yes, Clippers and Mavericks tonight. 9 o'clock though. Dude, I thought maybe
Yeah,
it was
that's the LA time. That's the LA time. I mean,
and then tomorrow you have the Buckets, the Bucks and the Nets are going to start their second round series tomorrow.
Yep.
At 7:30 on TNT.
I think the next day after that is the 76ers and Washington, not Washington, but
the Nets,
Hawks.
Brooklyn.
Hawks. No, it's
Hawks. That's right.
Hawks.
Okay. Yeah.
Hawks beat the Knicks 4-1. Poor Knicks. Outstanding season nonetheless by the Knicks. Did they overachieve? Yeah. They got a big learning curve. They got the head coach that they need. They need a few more star players. I mean, rumor has it Damian Lillard may come to New York. That's just a big rumor. Yes,
I just looked at that. Speaking of that, he still has 4 years left on a contract with Portland. I just read that.
Yeah. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think Portland, if they're smart, make them happy, make Damian Lillard happy, and just keep him there. Because that's why you were in the playoffs. That's why you won 2 games in the playoffs. Just keep the guy happy.
Yep.
Put some other puzzle pieces around him and make the team better.
They better have a lot more than pizza, I think.
Oh, pieces, I said, not pizza.
Oh, pieces, okay, not pizza, okay.
I know you're hungry, Coachy, but we ain't got no pizza.
Sorry, I already ate, so.
Yeah. You want some pizza. I know.
No, thank you. I got to save my energy for what's to come tonight for what I have coming, but I guess I will talk about it now.
Okay, no. What do you got going on tonight, Coach?
Yeah, what do I got for hockey?
Hockey.
By the way, we finally are in the second round completely now. I want to mention about the Toronto Maple Leafs and how much of a choke job they did again. For they were up 3-1 on Montreal, had a chance in Game 5, lost in overtime, went to Montreal in front of 2,500 fans, lost that one in overtime. Then Game 7 in your own building, you're playing in front of 5. And by the way, yes, they finally had fans out in Canada.
Okay.
They allowed 550 healthcare workers and watched Toronto get embarrassed.
Yeah.
It did not look very good in Game 7. I thought when Montreal was up 2-0, Joe, I already said the first thing. That is so ridiculous that Toronto just gave up and quit when they were down 2-0. I just thought that was totally ridiculous.
Well, I saw none of those games, so
I know. Well, you might want
to watch a football. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Joe, you may have to be ready to watch hockey for the Stanley Cup Finals when we get there in July. But,
yeah, I'll watch a game or there, even if it's on
depending if it means anything for the Cup.
Yeah,
so now Winnipeg's playing Montreal now in the second round, and unfortunately, tonight's Game 2, but Mark Scheifele has to miss the next 4 games because at the end of the game, he was trying to stop Jack Evans from scoring. Vicious hit, 5-minute major for charging. Game misconduct, had a hearing, was announced pretty quickly 4 games. Don't like the idea that his family received some hate mail. I don't like that. Don't appreciate that. I mean, what are you telling me these Winnipeg fans think you're dead on perfect and know what you're doing? Let me tell you, if this wasn't his first offense, it would have been a lot more than 4 games. He would have had an in-person hearing.
Okay.
All
right.
But not only that, Nadriv Kadri had another appeal today. Again, he's trying to reduce his 8-game suspension. He's already served. He has served 4. I believe this will be his 5th game he has to serve tonight. Actually, I take that back. This will be his 4th. He still has to serve up to 8 games before he can return. So he could be back with Colorado in the 3rd round, but he may not be back with the team anyway because they're playing good without him anyway. But if you're a Las Vegas fan, you need to win this game tonight because you're down 2-0. And the game's in Vegas in front of 18,000 fans tonight in Vegas.
Nice.
My understanding was, yes.
Go Vegas.
Well, in Long Island, they had 10,000 fans. Tampa had 14,000. Which, by the way, Carolina beat Tampa last night 3-2 in overtime. And then the Boston Bruins, I have a lot of friends that I know who are Bruins fans. Nice win. Brad Marchand did a little antics again, took a dumb penalty for high sticking, scores the game-winning goal in overtime.
Yeah.
So that was good night, Irene, on that one. So tonight we've got Montreal, Winnipeg game 2, and Colorado at Vegas game 3. Of course, the second game is going to be at 10:15. So, but I'll be up for it because I don't have to get up in the morning. Yeehaw. So,
Yeehaw.
Yup. So
up all night.
Yep. So that's my take on that. I do want to say the Buffalo Sabres did win the #1 pick in the lottery draft. The Seattle Kraken will be picking second in their draft coming up. The new team is coming.
New team is coming.
Still looking for that Seattle Kraken jersey. It isn't out yet still.
And as soon as you have it out, you'll be on the phone ordering it with your credit card.
Correct. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is the jersey I am now after. I already have the hat. I already have the mask.
Okay. All right.
All right. That's it on my hockey take for
hockey's over. Do you want to go back to a little bit about basketball, about two-story franchises in basketball out of the playoff hunt?
Yeah, I'd rather talk about the Lake. Well, actually, let's talk about the Celtics
Lakers.
because they actually have some. They got a coach. They got some changes coming.
Yeah, they have changed already. Well, Danny Ainge stepping down after 20 years of being in the front office. Actually, being a player for Boston and stuff like that. Being more with Boston, but yeah. Danny Ainge, yes, you can criticize him for somewhat of not automatically sometimes pulling the trigger on stuff, but he did a pretty good job. I mean, he won Boston their first title in a while in 2008. He put that team together brilliantly with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. I mean, that was brilliant moves by him, and he didn't even give up much to get both of those players of Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett.
Nope, didn't really cost much.
No, it didn't cost much, and the Celtics haven't really dropped off the map since then because they've made conference finals, they've been in the playoffs. They haven't really, fell off the wagon and been dead last since then. Mm-hmm. So has Danny Ainge been success in Boston? Yeah, I say he's been successul. Is he just being, getting too old for this and just saying, it's time to retire? Hand it over to Brad Stevens.
I didn't expect him to get it, though. I'm sorry. I did not expect him to get it.
Yeah, I didn't expect Brad Stevens to get it, but he's a very smart guy. He's intelligent. He's learned from Danny Ainge for the past 7 years, 8 years.
Who will be the head coach of the Celtics? That's the question.
That's the question. I'm going to have to read up with it. I'll probably have some choices for you guys next week on the next week's show and stuff like that. Who will be the coach? It's definitely not going to be Coach K from Duke.
No.
He's going to retire. We'll talk about him in a little bit, but it's definitely not going to be him.
No, definitely
not.
Not at this point.
Put that out of the way.
Now, the Lakers.
The Lakers.
This was a lot of Laker fans are taking this as a hard thing to swallow because you think you were going to win back-to-back championships this year. Let me tell you, Davis was playing hurt. LeBron James was playing hurt as it was. They weren't really fully 100%. And then the nail in the coffin was losing pretty bad last night to Phoenix.
Well, they lost after winning 2 games. The Lakers did with I think the 2 games that they won, Anthony Davis was big in them. You know, he played as hard as he can, and he got injured. A groin strain in his.
Yeah, and he tried to play last night, and he couldn't play the whole game.
No, he couldn't play. They were out of sync last night. They fell down by 20 a few times, and 20 and plus. But yeah, LeBron James' age is catching up to him.
Yeah, that's the first time he's ever lost a first round playoff series, I believe.
Yes, it is, in 14 tries.
Yep.
So that's
and he only really has 1 year left on his contract.
Yep, he's got 1 year left.
Yeah, he's got 1 year left, or he's probably going to be the next one to call it a retirement.
Which
he's not far away from it.
No, after a 20-year career.
I mean, do you really see him going back and playing for the Cavaliers for a third time?
No, I don't see that. I don't see him leaving LA for anything. But Anthony Davis, when healthy and stuff, he's a top 5 player in the league. But Anthony Davis has always had these nagging injuries. Even when he was playing in New Orleans, you just didn't hear about it so much.
Yep.
Because the news wasn't on him as much. But in high school and stuff like that, he started off at 6'3", and he grew through high school to almost 7 feet. I mean, his growth spurt from there to there was incredible. So big men, big bodies like that tend to get injured a lot more than
especially he's trying to get to the hoop and trying to throw his weight up there with the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with the big man. Always, they do have the big size advantage, but they sometimes don't have the mobility to sustain themselves. Greg Odom had the same problem back in Portland. He just couldn't stay healthy. He was a 7-footer. He just couldn't stay healthy.
Yep.
And LeBron still keeps himself in great shape, but the age thing. Kurt Schilling said a interesting thing. He said later in his career, he knew he could throw 100 miles an hour, but he could only do it like 20 times a game in his later years. He only had that 20 times.
Or you can do the infamous bloody sock and put a thumbtack in your foot.
Yeah, but in his earlier career, he could throw 100 miles an hour 70 times a game. So in LeBron's career right now, he can only score like 40 or 50 points like 3, 4, 5 times in a year. He can't do that every game. He can't do that anymore. But it's still an amazing career for LeBron. We should be glad that we had a chance to watch him and stuff like that. He is an amazing player. I got to give him that, his props. I mean, he goes into the room with Jordan. I mean, he does go into that room with Jordan, Kobe, Magic, and stuff like that. He goes into the room with them. He definitely does that.
Yeah, I agree with that. You forgot to mention Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, too.
Yeah. Stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's my take on LeBron and stuff. But will they have to reload in LA?
I've already heard they're gonna get rid of some players. I've already heard about this.
Yeah. I mean, they lost a lot from their championship team last year.
And it looks like they're going to lose a lot more again because they want to, because Davis and LeBron James got big contracts. The rest of them really don't.
Well, that's one thing. If LeBron signs for another contract, I think he's going to have to take a pay cut that year to facilitate the other parts of the team. remember, Kobe at the end of his career got that 2-year deal worth like $80 million that hampered
Yep.
the Lakers for the next 5 years. I mean, they couldn't sign any free agents. They couldn't really trade for anybody because they were paying Kobe like $44 million a year. And that really struck him hard. So if LeBron wants to stay in LA, he's going to have to do a Tom Brady and say, I'm going to have to take a pay cut to get extra players here to come play in LA.
Agreed.
I mean, that's what he's going to have to do. If he wants that 5th ring or 6th ring, I think he's up to 5th or 6th. If he wants one of those, he's going to have to do that. That's what he's going to have to do.
Absolutely, but it's going to sound like he's going to be a one-man show.
He can't be a one-man show anymore. He doesn't have that many 40-point games or 50-point games anymore in his career. His body doesn't do that anymore. It just doesn't. And he's a decent outside shooter and stuff like that. He's improved through his career with his outside shooting, but it doesn't carry a team like a Steph Curry. He's not a Steph Curry's type dagger shooter. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that, the whole thing. So, but we'll find out and see what the Lakers do with the free agency. Right now, I wouldn't even be thinking about free agency right now. Crud, it's the same thing in hockey. I don't like to hear about the free agents right now, what's going on, until the playoffs are over.
Yeah, I know. Give the players a couple days to rest, a couple months.
Yep.
And
Fire up my phone to get the NHL rankings for all the players for next year's fantasy hockey draft. So
you can win big $24.
Get another $24 if I go that route. I think that's how much I can get.
I'm gonna go get some ice cream.
Yeah,
ice cream with $24.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll have enough ice cream to load for when I take care of things around here on my own. So.
So we're gonna find the place on fire with in Flago. He's still gonna be doing the show.
Gonna happen. Trust me, I'm not gonna burn it down. It's not gonna go poof.
Yeah, sure. That's what you say. But
I know.
We know your history. We know your history, Koji.
Yeah, doing good things, breaking things too.
Yeah, all in the same process.
Whether it's work or here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got to bring up college for Duke, Coach K. I've been hearing about this. It's the way he's going out. At least I'm glad he's going to coach one more season. I'm glad he's not going to do the lame duck version and call it retirement now. He thinks he's got one more year left in him, which, it may defer the odds a little bit that he's got a better chance to do it. Is he going to win the whole thing? No, I don't think so.
No.
But he would like to go out on a positive note if the team he has now can go far before the new coach takes in.
Which is going to be the assistant coach. I forgot his name.
Yeah, no. Oh boy. Okay,
here
we go.
Look up.
My favorite part of the show.
Favorite part of the show where you look it up.
Of course. That's what I love to do for a living.
Yeah. How many bucks does Nutmeg pay you for that?
None.
Oh, man.
Don't we wish?
Don't we wish?
Unless Nutmeg wants to negotiate our contracts.
Yeah, renegotiate. Maybe we can get like a free ice cream pass for ice cream.
It might be more than that. Remember, I still got a $15 Starbucks gift card, but I'm not buying coffee with it. I'll pay for lemonade instead.
Oh, no
John
coffee.
Scher.
Don Scher, yep.
He's taken over the Duke program. And I guess he's the longest venture, from what my understanding is, that he's the longest assistant now on the team.
Yep.
And he's had a great career. He's had some bad moments too.
Yeah.
He's had some moments where Duke beats Kentucky at the buzzer. Duke and Connecticut had a nice rivalry during the NCAA tournament.
Yes, they did.
Remember
the Calamine team versus the Elton Brand team that year. Let's see. Duke and Connecticut traded spots 1 and 2 all the
Yup.
way through the season.
But and then of course Duke, Coach K loves his rivalries with Duke and North Carolina.
Oh yeah, that was a big,
Never
huge
fails.
rivalry. Never fails on that one. Um, 5-time national champion for Coach K. You can't say much more about the guy. He's got over 1,000 wins. I mean, he's going to give it one more shot right off. It's the Coach K tour this year. It's going to be like Mo Vaughn last season too. I'm sure other places are going to give him stuff.
Yeah, but
stuff
you know
like
what though
that.
too, if Duke gets off to a bad start, or he has a losing season, Coach K may end it sooner than you think too.
No, I think he'll
You think
stick
he'll
it
finish
out.
it?
He'll finish it. He's a finishing guy. Once he says something, he does it. So he won't just quit out of it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Roy Williams is now retired, so
Yeah.
I figured maybe he would have gone one more season at North Carolina before he called it a career.
But he retired too.
It didn't happen that way, but
Coach K retires from the American basketball team.
Yeah, he coached the USA basketball team. Success.
Yep.
He won it twice.
Yep. Gold medals.
Gold medals both times.
Yep.
Never failed.
No. He had an NBA.
Never really got into trouble with the NCAAs or anything like that.
No,
there were a couple of occasions something happened, but it looked like it quieted down.
Yep.
In a way, so.
Just a fantastic career for him, and he's gonna go out a winner.
He's already a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Yeah.
So nothing's really changed in that regards, but we wish him the best of success for this year, and then whatever future comes to what he does naturally at this point. So
I guarantee ESPN will always have him on as a guest or host or something. He may just take a breather and sit on the porch and go, it's over. Here's my wife.
Have a sip of lemonade and sit in your hammock.
Yeah. I think he'll do that, and just say, it's over. Enjoy his grandkids or something like that and say, it's family time.
Yup, absolutely. And then they can start being on ads for HelloFresh and all that food stuff. So
yeah, Yep. So what's next, Coachy?
So now I've been reading a little bit about the NFL and about the COVID-19 stuff rules coming up for this season.
Okay.
And I guess from what I'm reading, is the assistant coaches from at least 4 NFL teams refusing to take the vaccine are set to lose Tier 1 status if they don't receive their first dose by the end of next week. So that means losing Tier 1 status would ban these coaches from the field, meeting rooms, and direct interactions with players. So that would mean they would be only allowed to be in Zoom conferences.
Okay.
I'm guessing. These latest development in most coaches with 1 or 2 choices: get vaccinated or spend the season in the office and off the field. Yup. So they don't want. So this year it's gotten tougher.
Yep. Okay.
So the Buffalo Bills were, to me, from what I understand, and I read this in Roto World, half their team isn't vaccinated right now.
Really?
Oh boy. Yeah. So guess what? You better do something, or guess what you're going to be doing during the bye week? You're not going to be allowed to travel with your families. You're going to have to stay in your city, and you're going to have to stay in your house.
Yeah.
They're not farting around.
No, they're not. They're offering a lot of incentives, even to the general public, to get vaccinated and stuff. I heard some states are holding lotteries and stuff. You get a scratch ticket from the store.
Oh, good grief. I didn't hear this.
Yeah, you can win up to like $1 million or something with a scratch ticket. To encourage people to get the COVID vaccine shot. That's I took it willingly. I want a chance at $1 million. but
Yeah,
I
just
guess I
after you
don't
get
get that
COVID shot,
chance.
just after you get a vaccine shot, you get to put your name in the lottery in the hat to see if you win.
Yeah,
Oof.
no, you get a scratch ticket, and you scratch it off, see if you won the $1 million.
Yeah,
But
one vaccine shot wins you $1 million. Yeah, okay.
I had to spend 3.5 hours in a car line just to get a vaccine for my second
Not
vaccine
me.
shot. No,
Mm-mm.
you went to Stop and Shop
Stop
and
and shop. Yes.
you grabbed yourself some waffles and a vaccine shot
Yeah,
and
actually, that's
walked
what I
out the
did do.
store.
Oh no, I had to buy some. I had to buy some wood cleaner too, for because the aunts were doing the woodwork that day.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
okay. Wood cleaner and the waffles.
yes,
And you walked out with your COVID shot.
after I got that shot, the first thing I said to the track team, I said, "You track coaches, I have to wait 2 weeks before I can officially come do games again, meets and stuff on the
Yep,
road." And of course, they were getting anxious. I said, if it was a home game or meet, no problem. If it's on the road, I have to wait 2 weeks. So that's exactly what I had to do.
yep. Well,
You know,
I'm officially waited my 2 weeks since my first shot.
yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm
Well, you
fine.
already got your second, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
I had to wait 3.5 hours, but
Yeah, I know. If I had to get my second shot, I would have been the same thing. I would not have been able to even travel going to the tournaments in New Britain pretty much. I would have probably had to have stay away from it.
yeah, you would have had to probably stay away.
But I only had to miss 2 track meets instead for the road.
Yeah,
The one I didn't mind in Berlin, the other one in Platt, that was a different story because I know the Platt coaches pretty well. So
yeah. Oh, well, one other topic we should probably talk about
yes.
before time runs out. Somebody in Green Bay, Mr. Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers,
here we go. What
is,
is it now?
well, as you know, he wants out. He wants the general manager fired before he actually comes back to training camp. And Green Bay is still not budging on this
Yet.
yet. But Jordan Love did some practicing earlier this week. I read an article on ESPN. He did some practicing. He did 11 drills and stuff like that. And he got sacked like 6 times.
Ouch.
He only dumped it off to the running back like 12 times and only completed very little of his passes. So to Aaron Rodgers, this says, you got nobody behind me. Yeah, behind him. So either they're going to trade him to Denver, which is probably the spot that he gets traded to, or they're going to probably have to give him what he wants. I mean, I don't know how they're going to fix Green Bay because they can't really trade for big-time weapons or anything like that. Or, I mean, the draft has already happened, so you can't pick up anything in the draft.
No, you can only pick up free agents.
You can pick up some free agents, but to really improve that team, there's really nothing much more Green Bay can do. And according to the drills that the rookie quarterback just went through, Green Bay's in a tough spot right now. They're just either they're going to have a really bad losing season with a Jordan Love as their quarterback, or Aaron Rodgers for a little while and trade Aaron Rodgers to Denver for a first-round pick, maybe a high second-round pick, stuff like that, and it'd be over for Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I actually have to tell you today that Cam Newton had his hand looked at today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I wanted to mention that today. This happened today at minicamp. He stayed for the practice, but he was flexing his hand out.
Yep. Okay.
And we'll see if it comes out any serious. Mac Jones took over the first reps, but I'll have to read more of that, but that's what I read on the sports thing maybe early this afternoon. I said, ooh, wow, okay. Newton better be smart here with his throwing hand here.
Yeah.
Because
yep.
remember,
really
I don't want to see this.
that.
I don't want to see him rushing for 12 touchdowns again. I don't want to see that.
Well, he's rushed for more than 12 touchdowns like a couple times in his career. It is what he does. I mean, that's part of his arsenal, but he will have more weapons to throw the ball. So maybe 12 goes down to 6 rushing touchdowns.
I'm okay with he has 5 or 6, but 12 is way too many.
Yeah.
That means we don't trust our passing game.
That's true.
And you can't trust with that. So, and remember, he's got better weapons this year.
Yeah. I mean, as we looked in the past about the Patriots' schedule, it's not too bad of a schedule. It's a winnable schedule. You know, if they play smart, it's smart.
Doable. But I don't want them to look toward. I don't want them thinking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do not think about that team.
No.
That's week 4. You need to worry about the 3 games you need to play first.
That's true. I mean, if they go, I think first 3, if they end up 3-1 after 4 weeks, that's a pretty good.
I'll take it. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't want to see this team be 2-2. I mean, if you're 2-2 through 4, all right. If you're 1-3, then I smell trouble.
Yeah, I smell trouble too, and hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully Mac Jones has a nice full season under Cam Newton. We make the playoffs. We lose in the first round of the playoffs. Cam Newton goes to another team. Mac Jones or stays on and becomes Max Jones's more, and then Mac Jones can play.
Yeah,
because I think Mac Jones can play. What I've read about him and stuff like that, he's not too bad. He's been pretty good in practices and stuff like that, and he's going to need time though. He needs time.
Yeah, and I'm also concerned though about in the NFL. You know, I mean, yes, I know Dak Prescott is back. I mean, he's trying to think that he can get back for the first game of the season. I don't know if it's really worth it for him to rush to come back and play the first week, unless he's on track.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't rush anything. He hurt himself in the middle of the season. That bad leg injury that he had, that should have never have happened to him. If Dallas had a defense and he wasn't forced to just make plays for his team and stuff like that, he should have never been injured like that. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't rush it back. I mean, he does. He is under contract. He did sign that nice contract.
Yeah, big contract.
Big contract with some good guaranteed money. I forgot how much it was, but that's irrelevant. But if he comes back and he gets re-hurt, I mean, Dallas could be in the poopy house for a while.
That's the same thing with Saquon Barkley. Is he going to pull another ACL again?
Yep, Saquon.
Like he has the last 2 seasons. Thing. That's another one.
And that's a big part of the Giants' offense.
Especially fantasy football goers.
Yeah, of course, you want to win that big $24.
No, that's football, not hockey. Football's more big bucks.
More big bucks, like $100.
Yes.
More ice cream for Coachy.
Ice cream, crepe. I might as well get a gold mine. Forget the ice cream, crepe.
Get some gold.
Might as well turn into a banana split.
All right. Banana splits for Coachy. But back to it. Daniel Jones in his 4th year. Do you extend him into his 5th year and give him
No
extension.
guarantee for me on that.
No
I would try
guaranteed
that.
until this season is over.
Yep.
I mean, the kid has an arm. He does have a gun. And a lot of his throws hit his wide receivers in the head, hit him in the chest. They fall out of their arms. A lot of it, he has a lot of drops. I give him that. And he does, maybe they just need more reps with him to actually catch his balls or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully, I mean, he didn't have too bad of a season. He was a game out of hosting a playoff game last year in that division, and maybe they win a couple more games with this extra game and win that division this year. If Dallas falters, if Dak Prescott goes down, Washington doesn't really know who's their quarterback. Philly's a mess. And that it comes down to the Dallas and the Giants in that division. So their head-to-head meetings this year are really going to affect the whole outcome of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Other things. What else we got? We got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes.
I guess the tennis thing, she actually now has withdrawn from the French Open after we talked about it last week. Asuna, the American player, they threatened if she did not go to the talk to the media, she was actually going to get expelled or thrown out of the tournament. So she left the French Open after her first round win just to get her mind set straight.
Okay.
I don't know about that. It's kind of hit or miss with that, but but she doesn't want to talk. Excuse me, she doesn't want to talk about what's going on. I get it, that's a personal life, but you got to at least answer questions about how you played your tennis game. Don't go and dodge the questions. You're going to keep on getting fined $15,000 per miss.
Well, I mean, okay.
Go ahead, set it up good.
Everybody, players and stuff, it's hard to talk to the media. You don't really want to.
You know it. It's from all sports.
All sports, every sport has their players that just don't want to talk. Marshawn Lynch sat in a chair and said, I have to be here, and he didn't answer a single question. He just said, I have to be here. And that was it for the Super Bowl that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but can you at least answer? I mean, Greg Popovich doesn't like to do interviews, but he just gives the straight up raw answer. He says, hey, coach, how's the game going? Fine. And that's what you get. And
yeah, at least he answered a question. So that means as long as you have your questions answered, you won't get fined.
Yeah, you don't lead into personal life. Of course, the media is going to be a little perturbed to you, and the next time you speak to them, they're going to go, hey, can you give us a little bit more? And then you go, nope. But you should at least do that. As an athlete, you owe the media. The media does a lot for you. It does a lot for your brand and stuff. And they're there when you're winning, and they're there when you're losing. It's a pain in the butt when you're losing and have to talk to them. It's great when you're winning and you have to talk to them. But you do have to talk to them.
Right.
You don't have to talk about your personal life.
No, don't talk about personal life. Just talk about your tennis match and how it all went down. That's all you need to know.
Yep, that's all the press really needs to know. They don't need to know that you're driving a Lamborghini out in the thing.
Or a sports car or anything.
Or the size of your house or
or the
stuff like
car or
that.
vehicle you have, or a Rolls Royce or
Yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that. You know,
Or how many bad things that you did last night that
yeah,
nobody
or what
caught on
happened,
video.
or what happens in your personal family life.
Yeah,
So,
I'm really,
I
yeah,
actually do have to mention Helio Castroneves in the Indianapolis 500 won it for the 4th time in his career.
yep,
Believe it or not, he wasn't winning the race until almost at the end, but this was the most amazing thing out of the whole race. They only stopped it twice,
yeah, okay,
which, the first one
that's
was,
amazing.
well, yeah, because normally you get about 7, 8 stoppages. Remember, you're going 200 laps around the track. But
Yeah,
they only stopped it, Joe, just 2 times. That's it,
yep,
which is pretty good. The second time was because in the pits, someone forgot to put the lug nuts in the tire, and it wasn't in tight enough, so the tire came off. The back wheel came off, and the tire started bouncing around. And then one of the drivers hit the tire, and their fear was the tire was going into the stands. But thank goodness it didn't.
yep,
That was a dangerous situation. It was like, oh God, you drivers better watch out. But at the end, I thought Helio, he was crying. He was tears and joy. He turned that white milk into strawberry milk.
yeah,
But,
yeah,
but I was very happy for him. I watched the entire race. He did an outstanding job how to handle the track and everything. But only 2 caution laps on a day like that, I'll take it.
yep,
That means it was some old-fashioned good driving and good moving without even having a problem or a fit at this
fit.
point. So,
All right, we got about
oh yeah, baseball. We haven't talked about
baseball,
baseball.
Red Sox and
Boy,
Yankees.
Yankees, they're finally playing for the first time this season this weekend.
3-game series in the Bronx.
Yeah, of course. Tonight, tomorrow on national TV, Sunday on national TV.
Yep, and
But
both teams.
between both of our teams, Boston is still up there, but no one can stop Tampa Bay right now. It doesn't matter who they play. They are on a tear.
Yeah, they won. Let's see, what, 15 out of 20. Tampa Bay has won. So yeah, they're on a tear. That whole division.
And of course, they're in the bottom of the league in payroll. By the way, they are still bottom in the league.
Yeah, they do a great job with their farm team. They do a great job picking up pitchers. They do, and players that just want to play. The Yankees can't hit for anything right now. We have batting averages under 200 in the lineup.
You're batting 204.
Yeah, 204.
Chicago's 202. The White Sox are worse.
Yeah, I mean that for big league hitters, that's just unspeakable.
And actually, the Rays were ranked 3rd. They don't have a very good home average either.
No, they don't. They have a better away record. They're like 20-9 away from home.
Yep.
But a lot of teams play like that when you play in Tampa Bay. You don't have really a crowd to play with anyways. So
yeah, which I heard, by the way, they got their stadium rejected again.
Yeah.
So
no new stadium.
I think they are going to be eventually. They may be moving somewhere to another city.
Yep.
If they don't get their act together. But yeah, between the 2 franchises right now, Boston unfortunately got destroyed in Houston. They lost 3 out of 4. Thank goodness they won 1, and they still got some striking.
Yeah, we lost 3 out of 4 to Tampa.
Yeah, you can't lose to Detroit though. That's a team you can't lose to.
Yeah, I know. We lost 2 out of 2.
Swept, right? Were you swept or no?
Yeah, we were swept by Detroit.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Unfortunately,
I know. What was the other shout out I had for this week? I forget.
Okay, you got about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Remember the shout out.
Yeah, if I can remember it, yes. Congratulations to Fairfield, UConn, and Central Connecticut. They made the College World Series NCAA tournament. Congratulations to them.
Yep.
Softball for the women is now in this College World Series. And we're just hoping now as the sports are as basketball and hockey is starting to wind down a little bit. You hope
Yeah.
it goes strong and nothing really
bad
turns
happens.
for the
Hopefully,
worse. Yep,
nobody gets zonked or anything like that.
Mhm. Yep.
Hopefully the games are as good as the first round has been.
Yep. And coming up, European soccer's Euro 2021 is coming. The
Yeah.
Olympics are still scheduled to go ahead. Oh, yes. Okay. The Canada-USA border. They're not opening it now until at least June 21st.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, here we go.
Very-
You know what they're going to do with hockey? The Canadian team who makes it to the Final Four is going to have to stay in the United States. You don't have to quarantine for 14 days. But if you go back to Canada, quarantine rules are still in effect. Apparently, they're still not trustworthy right now of where they
Okay.
are up in Canada. So
Yep.
that's what I forgot to mention. As of right now, some Canadian team, they may be boarding somewhere in the United States for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
What
Okay.
an unfortunate thing, but but I'm happy they did get some fans in the stands, and I think they're expecting maybe 700 fans tonight, co-workers in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
hoping in the semifinals they will bring some more fans back, but it doesn't sound like it right now. It sounds like they're still in the
Canada's
tough
taking
rules.
it slow. Taking it slow, Canada.
I know the U.S. might be rushing it just a hair.
Yeah. But with the U.S.,
Of course.
we scream USA, man.
Yeah, I know. We should have put a big USA banner up, but that's not till the 4th of July anyway. So.
Okay.
But
All right.
I believe our time has come to a
Time has
close.
expired. This has been the Sportsman Show. I've been your host, Joe Musel. Go ahead,
But you know
Coach.
who we are.
You know who you are.
Coach Edie
Season
Careless.
46
is now in the books. Remember to please follow us on YouTube.